Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jude Jets Show. This week we're going up against the Miami Dolphins, and we're trying to keep our playoff hopes alive. So can the New York Jets keep them alive? Let's go ahead and talk about it. So on the offensive side of the ball, the main question is going to be, can Zach Wilson be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week in back-to-back weeks? We're going to be going up against a more tougher defense in the Dolphins this week. They have the 9th best defense in the NFL. They're the 12th best passing defense, allowing around 212 yards per game. Last week, Will Levis put up a clinic against Miami, though, throwing for 327 yards, 1 touchdown, and an interception. The run defense, though, is even better than their pass. They're currently 7th best in the NFL, allowing around 95 yards per game. So Miami has a good defense. They have a lot of playmakers on that defense. They have a really good defense coordinator in Vic Fangio, and we saw how good that defense was whenever we played them in Week 12. But this is a different Jets offense, or at least we hope it is. The quarterback is different. The offensive line is, of course, different. Well, yeah, the offensive line is definitely different. It's hurt every single week. But last week, or I guess last time we played the Dolphins, Tim Boyle was a starter. Now we have Zach Wilson. And the Zach Wilson we saw against the Houston Texans was not the same Zach Wilson that got benched against the Buffalo Bills for Tim Boyle. This is a different Zach Wilson. And, I mean, what he did against Houston last week definitely needs to be repeated if the New York Jets want to win this football game. I mean, we need to see another all-time Zach Wilson performance. Maybe not an all-time performance, but definitely something close to it. And it starts with just doing what you did last week. Feature the tight ends a lot. Feature Garrett Wilson a ton. Give him about half of your targets and give the other half to Breece Hall, which the New York Jets did. That's why we had success in the passing game last week. We involved our top 3 playmakers in the passing game, and next thing you know, we had success. We also just let Zach Wilson play loose. We let him rip the football. This season, he was playing so conservative, so boring, which is what the New York Jets were telling him to do, but it wasn't working. And they just told him, go out there, sling the rock, have a carefree mindset, and just have fun. So the mindset, the game plan needs to be the same for Zach Wilson this week. And you look at all of Miami's 4 losses this season, and all 4 of those losses, the opposing team's quarterback put up a masterclass throwing the football. Had a fantastic job throwing the football. So that's why it's really important for Zach Wilson to, once again, have a good game this week. I didn't mention the run game because Miami has a really good run defense. The Jets have not done a good job running the football this season, and in Miami's 4 losses, the run game really wasn't much of a factor for the winning team. So let Zach Wilson cook this week, and hopefully the effects are positive. Moving on to the defensive side of the ball, the main question for them this week is going to be, can they eliminate the Dolphins' running game? Now, normally this is the part of the video where I would talk about the team's offensive stats. Miami is one of the best offenses in NFL history, and that's pretty much all you need to know. Now, I say eliminating the run is so important for the Jets because in Week 12, that completely killed us. Miami did a fantastic job running the football on Black Friday at 167 yards and 2 touchdowns, and they did that without Devin Achane. So stopping the run game is going to be so key for the New York Jets this week. And Quincy Williams even said in his press conference on Wednesday that the New York Jets are working the most on stopping the perimeter run game for the Miami Dolphins. Now, these last 2 weeks, the Jets' run defense has done a very good job. They were able to contain the Atlanta Falcons, who have one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL, to under 100 yards, and also contain the Texans to under 100 yards last week as well. And this might be the first time all season the Jets' run defense has allowed under 100 yards in back-to-back games. So definitely hoping that they can keep up that same stellar performance once again. The Dolphins' offense is also banged up as well. Their offense line just lost Connor Williams to a season-ending ACL tear. Teron Armstead, Robert Hunt, and Liam Eichenberg also did not practice on Wednesday as well. Tyreek Hill and Devin Achane did not practice as well, both due to injuries too. So the Jets might be facing a banged-up Dolphins offense, which definitely would be key for us winning this game. But chances are we're going to see Tyreek Hill play. Achane's status definitely is going to be up in the air, but I definitely think Tyreek Hill is going to play. I mean, the Jets are once again going to have their hands full trying to stop Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. They didn't do the best job of it in Week 12. Both had over 100 yards passing, but outside of those 2 guys, the rest of the Dolphins passing attack couldn't do anything. So it's not going to be possible to hold Tyreek Hill to 0 catches for 0 yards. Same thing for Jalen Waddle. both of them are going to get catches. They're both going to get yards. But as long as the New York Jets can contain one of them from having an amazing performance, preferably Tyreek Hill, then you can definitely see this Jets defense have a good bit of success and potentially win this game. Another thing, Tua is 0-4 this season when being sacked 3+ times in a game. So hopefully the Dolphins' banged up offensive line just allows a ton of pressure for this Jets D-line, and hopefully Quinnen Williams and company can feast. But what is my score prediction for this game? Do I think the Jets stay in the playoff hunt? Sadly, I don't. Sadly, I don't. And it pains me to say this, but the reason why I don't think we keep our playoff hopes alive is just I'm not 100% confident in Zach Wilson. Because throughout his 3 years as a Jets quarterback, this season, last season, his rookie season, all 3 years, we have never once seen him put in good back-to-back performances. Sure, he's had a good performance followed by a mid-performance that we've all hyped up to be good because it was out of the ordinary for Zach Wilson, but by no means did he have games like he had against the Texans back-to-back. Might have had it 2 times in a season, but never back-to-back. And I don't know if we're going to see that from Zach Wilson. I don't know if we're going to see that back-to-back performance. I hope and pray we do, but I just don't know that we will. And because of that, I think the New York Jets lose. Sadly, and it pains me to say that. But give me the Dolphins in this game, 23-20. I'm your host, Jet, signing off for now. Comment down below your score prediction, but see you guys later.